What's up, everybody? I just finished Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon, and I kind of want to give my thoughts on this game. I always do kind of a teacher scale, and just right off the bat, before I kind of even give any of my thoughts, this one would be a 70. I played this on the Xbox, and just through some of the things that happen in the game, it would be a 70 for me. That's a passing grade. There's a lot of good in the game, but it's got a long way to go to get that A, to be perfect. First, let's talk about some of the good. The best thing this game has going for it is the story. I'm talking about it is really cool. It is a twisted tale of King Arthur, and you kind of learn about the knights of the round table and what happened to all them. And if you make it to the end, you really find out there's a lot of corruption going on. It's not our normal story we hear of King Arthur. It's really a dark, crazy world. And that's another one of the fun things about this game. The atmosphere is awesome. It's like playing. It pretty much is. It is a dark Elder Scrolls game. It's a way darker world. The themes are a whole lot darker. But as far as anything you've done in the Elder Scrolls game, this game is doing it. The exploration and just finding stuff is great. There's always something new around the corner. The world is full of things to find, and you got 3 big maps that you get to go to. Now, the last map, it's more of a snow zone, and it don't really change things up as much as the first 2. So the third one did kind of let me down a little bit. It's just, if you're in a snow world, everything kind of looks the same. But the first 2 maps really take up for it. You're constantly leveling up and getting more and more powerful. That always feels great. That's one of my favorite things about RPGs. And then even their loot mechanic, you're constantly finding better loot, armor, weapons, and that keeps you playing. The loop is awesome in this game. It feels really rewarding. It just feels great. Again, I'm telling you, it's a dark Elder Scrolls game. If you like Oblivion and Skyrim and things like that, you'll like this game. It's just the King Arthur story. It really brings something special to the table. I really, really, really like the story. So again, if you've played the Elder Scrolls game, you know what this is all about. But now to the bad. And before I get into it, I was playing on the Xbox, and as I've kind of looked at other reviews and what people said, the Xbox seems to have problems, and I found many of them. So I hear if you got it on PC, it's a whole lot better, but this game is buggy as can possibly be. I'm talking about, think Oblivion on the PlayStation 3. If any of y'all, I'm kind of showing my age, but if you've played that far back, it is super, super buggy. It probably froze and kicked me out of the game. I bet it did it 30 times. I'm talking about completely kicked me back to the Xbox homepage. And I knew it was going to do it. You'd be playing, then it just stops. I'm like, come on now. As soon as something gets too hectic on the screen, it's going to slow down. It would get choppy. I always kind of play as a brute. I'm going to fight with the swords and stuff. It doesn't feel very good. It's a little bit like Oblivion, where you just feel like you're swinging. You can't really tell if you're hitting good. You just kind of run and you get hit and you don't know it. The magic is really cool though. That kind of goes back to the good. But I didn't build a mage. If I ever play it again, which I don't know if I will. If you ever play it again though, I would probably do a mage, because the spells and the magic, and you can do well magic. You can do well to a sword and magic. But the spell system is super cool, but the fighting never really got any better, to be honest. Now, at the end, I could hit somebody, and I was taking people out with one hit. But again, it never feels like it really connects. But when you got a whole lot going on, you can just tell it's dragging. It's really wriggly. It's really wriggly. It's really struggling. Some other things. I had one quest line that I couldn't complete the quest. I've got the quest marker. But what is supposed to be there is not there. And what has happened, as I was just exploring, what you do in these games, I went into a certain cave, and there was a guy in that cave that attacked me, and I killed him. Well, he's part of the quest. Since he's dead, I can't finish the quest line because he can't talk to me for the quest to continue. You know, stuff like that. You know, the game's got to fix that where he's not even in that cave when you're exploring. That stuff, I remember Oblivion used to have trouble with that. So you can get in situations where you can't finish a quest. There was one mission I went on where I went in this graveyard and you hear somebody talking to you, and it ends up a woman comes down and she was telling me how she ended up committing suicide, and she had made a pact with one of these pagan gods, and then out of nowhere she just attacks me, and I'm like, it didn't really make sense to me though. Well, then after that little side quest, I went to do another one. My game kicked me out. It ended up screwing up, and I had to redo that mission. Well, then I redid the side quest. When the woman shows up, she's actually a monster. The first time around, it was a woman, but now it's a monster. And when she was explaining how she made a pact and it messed her up, now I could see it. Stuff like that happens in the game. Where the first time I went through it, it was completely different, and it wasn't supposed to be. It should have been what it was the second time. So weird stuff like that kind of happens all through it. It's just really strange. Looking through your inventory system is a chore. I was always having trouble finding stuff. If you're buying something and trying to figure out what you want, the way it'll show you your items, but you'll look at another item and all of a sudden it'll jump the one you're looking at to the other side of the page, and you don't even know what you're looking at. There was times I couldn't even highlight things in my inventory. I would try to push out, say it was in the middle of the inventory, I would try to get my cursor on it, just by pushing the directional button, and it's like there was an invisible wall, but I could go up and over and down on it, but I couldn't go straight across. I don't know what that was, but it's like an invisible wall to some of the inventory there. Uh, just a lot of jank in the game, pretty much. It's a lot of jank. So that is what brings it down. I almost quit playing it a couple of times, but I got invested in the story, and I was just having so much fun in the loop that it's created that I kept playing it. The Xbox version needs some more time to cook. But I personally think you should give it a try, but I would wait a little bit. I think the atmosphere, the story, the gameplay is worth it, but they really got to iron out the bugs, especially on the Xbox. At the moment, now I give it a 70 because you can play it and you can finish it. But at the moment, I would wait. If you're able to play it on the PC, I guess it's on the PlayStation. I ain't heard anything bad about the PlayStation. I would probably play it on those areas, those consoles, and you'd probably have a better time with it. But as far as the Xbox version go, it's trouble. So I'm gonna leave it right there at a 70. There's a lot of fun to be had in it, but you got to go through a lot of junk. You really got to want to play it, and I will say, it caught me enough. I put up with it. So I believe if they ever clean out all the junk, this could be truly an amazing game, and I look forward to seeing what their next game is. But anyways, that's my thoughts on Tainted Grail. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great one.